Good day, guests, and happy BC Day week. Hello, Jeff.
Good morning. Good morning, Mike. It's very sunny and beautiful. It keeps on going here. Beautiful summer
You're
in BC.
you're over in the Gulf Islands today.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, good place to be.
beautiful.
Um, well, we have a very, very different show this week on Hotel Pacifico. As we head into the annual BC Day weekend, we're bringing in the big guns for a BC Day BC Political Trivia Showdown. You're not going to want to miss this. Over the next hour or so, we will pepper our guests with questions that demonstrate the breadth of their knowledge and the breadth of our political history in British Columbia. Now, neither of these two gentlemen need any introduction, but I'll do it anyways. First, we have the Keith Baldrey, right position in front of his famous bookcase in Victoria at the Parliament Buildings. Keith, welcome to Hotel Pacifico again.
Always great to be on this great podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. And Justin McElroy from CBC, fresh back from his sabbatical, and has demonstrated many different ways his extensive knowledge of British Columbia through these incredible lists he produces. Justin, thank you for joining us today.
Great to be checking in, Mike.
It's a battle of the Titans.
It really is. So here's how it's going to work. We've developed a list of categories that it's kind of like Jeopardy, that Keith and Justin will be able to choose their category when it's their turn to answer a question. If they get it wrong or if they don't know the answer, the other person will get a chance to respond. And so on until we're done. Now, here's the categories.
Do we call you Alex? Alex?
Just don't call me late for breakfast.
Do we have to answer in the form of a question is the important part.
Yeah. Okay, that's where we're not. We just want answers. We don't want questions. This is not question period. So here's the categories. Number 1, leaders and leadership conventions. Number 2, general elections and by-elections. Number 3, ridings and representation. Number 4, floor crossers and party switchers. You could also say and backstabbers. And number 5, the library stacks. Could be anything. So first we got some short snappers. So Jeff, why don't you ask the first one on the short snappers there?
Okay, I think this is really going to be a good warm-up round, and I'm going to be taking care to try to keep track of the outcome here using a special algorithm. So first one, which premier introduced the property transfer tax?
Keith?
I think Vanderzam.
Correct.
Vanderzam. Wow, I would have said Christy
You didn't
Clark.
know the answer to that? You were going to say Christy Clark.
Okay, moving right along.
She didn't introduce any taxes. What are you talking about? Justin, this is triple-barreled, actually. Who was the first female MLA, first female premier, and first female finance minister?
Well, premier was Rita Johnston. Finance minister would have been going best. God. The NDP had so many in the 90s, but I can't remember if anyone was particular.
This is where Keith's, multi-decades of experience or age will benefit him probably in some of these
Keith
historical
is the Keith is going to be the favorite, all in all. Mary Smith, MLA.
Holy smoke, that's
we'll
a
count
bonus
that. Mary
right
Ellen
there.
Smith, we'll
I'm
count
going to give
that.
you 2 for that.
Okay, well,
yeah, no, and I'm trying to
5 seconds.
Carol James. I know it's a long shot.
Incorrect.
Yep.
Keith, first female cabinet minister? Or
Well,
first
it's one
female
of two.
finance minister, sorry. First female finance minister.
Trying to think. I don't think anybody in Vanderzam was. It's either Elizabeth Cole or Joy McPhail.
Make a choice.
I'm gonna go with McPhail.
Wrong.
Oh,
Elizabeth Cull.
is it Cole? Okay, one of the two.
Okay, well, we're going to give Justin 0.67 on that one, Jeff.
All No, that was good. Mary Ellen Smith, very, very obscure name. She was an independent.
1924.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And she was
the
also
one
the
I was going to
first.
go for was Grace McInnes of the CCF, was
She
prominent
was
one who
also
came later.
first female cabinet minister in the British Empire too, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Mary Ellen
There
Smith.
you
Oh,
go.
look at you.
So Jeff, you want to do number 3 there?
Before 2017, when did BC last have a minority government?
That would have been 1952.
You got it. Okay.
Got it. Bingo.
Yep.
Mike,
Give that one to Justin. Okay, over to Baldry. Which riding in BC has the fewest people?
think north. Go north, young man.
No,
Also,
don't give him
Peace River-
clues.
Peace River North.
No.
I think you're wrong.
Well, can
Oh.
I guess?
Yep,
Yeah.
That's the Stikine riding.
correct.
Bingo. When was
Smithers
the-
and like nothing else, like the 30 people that live
That was a,
around East Lake.
that
Was
was a
that the
TSN
same
turning
riding-
point, Baldry. He stole
Justin
a point from
surges
you.
into the lead.
Was that the
Okay.
riding won by landslide Al Passerelle?
It used to be known as the Atlin riding.
That's
correct.
right. He got 1 vote. Yeah. I remember him because he used to live at the legislature in his office and sleep there every night.
Well,
When is
he's
the
not. He's
last
not.
time-
He's not a
Vote.
trivia question in this thing, but he was also a party switcher because he
Ah,
elected
that's right, yes.
elected as an NDPer and crossed to the Socrates.
You
In his
may have
final
detect-
term.
You may have detected Mike has a low opinion of party switchers. Okay, next
Well,
question.
sometimes they're
When,
useful.
when is the last time conservative MLAs sat in a cabinet?
That's to Justin.
So, I mean, the question is it would have been obviously the 49 to 52, but then no, the 52, yeah, the 49 to 52, but then the question becomes whether in that first minority when Bennett was trying to pick off the conservatives, there was any coalition there at the start, and I can't remember that. So let's say 49 to 52.
We'll give that one to you. Yeah,
You're
it
gonna
was
take
during
it?
the coalition period during
Mhm.
Second World War.
Okay,
Ross
McElroy's opening up here in the early stages. So
Okay, over to Keith here. The BC Greens have surpassed 10% of the popular vote 3 times. Which 3 elections?
Which 3 elections?
Yeah,
Um,
they got over 10% of the vote.
well, 2017,
Mhm.
20 over 10, 2020, and 2001.
Correct.
Wow,
Got it.
good.
Nicely done.
2001. Adrian Carr was supposedly going to be invited into cabinet, she thought, for a while, but that didn't happen.
I
Okay.
put her in the
So
leaders'
tho-
debate.
Those were the
Ah.
easy questions. Now those are the short snappers. Now,
No
uh,
more
We're in
humming
trouble.
and hawing.
now, Keith, I invite you to pick a category.
I'll go with which leaders and leadership conventions, Alex, for $100.
You know, I'd be most impressed, Jeff, if Keith could do number 3 because he talks about it so much. And I think if he gets it right, I think we give him double points.
Okay. You mean 2 points?
Yeah, I
Or
think so.
12? Or
Maybe, well,
Okay, let's do the question. Keith, it's
Okay.
very difficult in my view. From 1 to 12, the order of placement on the first ballot of the 1986 Social Credit Leadership Convention.
no Googling.
No Googling. I was there.
Was
I would
there-
give up-
I was -1 years old.
We'll give him a point if he gets the top 4
Okay, I'll go
in a row.
it
Then
was
we'll give him a
Vander Zam,
point for the next 4 and the next 4.
Vander Zam, Grace, Bud. Oh, Brian Smith.
Correct. That's the top 4. Give you a point
Um,
for that. But we'll give you an
others
extra point
were-
if you get the next 4 right. We'll give you another point.
Just trying to remember all the count. Nielsen,
Yeah,
Wow.
Reynolds,
yeah. I think
Rogers,
Yeah,
and I seem to recall
I think
Bob
Ottawa.
Wenman.
You got it.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Okay, now what about the rest of them?
Well, then you had
You know who was last?
Kim Campbell was last with 14
Yeah.
votes.
And you know who was second
Any-
last?
Richie,
No,
Michael.
no. It was it finished Cliff
Oh,
Michael, Bill Ritchie,
Windman.
Mel Cuvalier,
Oh, Cuvalier.
and Kim Campbell. So
Oh,
for
Cuvalier was
folks,
second to last.
he was 11th.
The
So
fact that you remember the names
for
is
folks who
incredible to me.
think this is have no idea what we're talking about, 1986 Social Credit Leadership Convention was the last great anything goes leadership race, delegated convention on the floor, held in
Yeah.
Whistler, and the 12th place candidate
Became prime
became
minister.
the Prime Minister of Canada 7 years later.
And she resigned from the Van der Zalm caucus first.
Yeah,
A
Kim
lot of people
Campbell, yeah.
forget Kim Campbell was an MLA.
Yes, she
And
was. Yeah,
She resigned over the abortion issue, and that was the first crack in the wall.
yeah.
Um,
And she
and all the other.
resigned to run in Vancouver Centre, which elected a progressive conservative in 1988. And it's the last time a conservative ever got a sniff at that seat. Um,
Yeah.
Very challenging for
But it
conservatives
was
to win that
an
seat now.
earthquake, wasn't it, Keith, for sort of the political establishment in the province? Because Van der Zalm was an outsider. They didn't want him, and yet everybody ran. And
Bill Bennett at the convention is said to have turned to someone and said, "That's the end of the party." That Van der Zalm, he knew Van der Zalm. He had him as a cabinet minister in a couple portfolios, and he knew Van der Zalm's social conservative side of this was going to tear the party. At least he feared that would tear the party apart. And that's exactly what happened. And Kim Campbell was the first person to call him out on that after he stopped the funding for abortion.
yeah, it was an
Pretty
amazing.
good that I
period
named all
because-
12 of them, though.
That's very
Yeah, it was
impressive.
unbelievable. Well, we got you. We
We didn't
gave
give you 2
3.
points on that.
So I get 30 points for that?
30 points.
We're giving you 2 points.
A tour de
We
force.
shut down the game now.
Yes, we've been talking about wholesale fiber internet for a few weeks now. And this week, we're going to wrap up with a simple message: follow the money. First, a quick recap. Presenting sponsor TELUS is wholesaling internet fiber services out east in Ontario and Quebec after a CRTC decision allowed it, based on substantial consumer benefit through increased competition and improved affordability. Bell has been aggressively lobbying to stop TELUS and other providers from getting wholesale access to their fiber networks. They argue it undermines the whole business case for continuing fiber investment. Cabinet has been formally petitioned to overturn the CRTC decision. But if we follow the money, Bell's argument falls apart because they've just invested $5 billion in Ziply Fiber, the leading wholesale fiber internet provider in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. Why would Bell invest $5 billion in the US if they don't believe in the economics of wholesaling fiber? Stay with me. Let's follow the money some more. Because Bell gets $73 from TELUS for each new internet subscriber TELUS signs up. It's a CRTC mandated rate and provides 100% gross profit to Bell. So why are they arguing they can't invest in Canada when that profit could be put directly and immediately into building new infrastructure? Oh, and that $73 per subscriber Bell receives from TELUS on the wholesale side? Bell retails the same services to their own customers for $60. You can't claim wholesale access undermines industry pricing models when you receive more for each wholesale customer than you charge your own subscribers. Bell's stance isn't really about economic viability, it's about market control, an attempt to stifle real competition in the telecom market. And if Cabinet would just follow the money, they could see that it's Canadians who stand to lose.
I have it now, Keith pulling into a slight lead right now is what I've got, Jeff.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
got
I have a tie, but I'll leave it with you, Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Justin, your pick.
Yeah, let's go to writings and representation.
I had a feeling you were going to do that.
Where
Okay,
am I
this
here?
is now this question. I'm going to go with number 2 here, Jeff. This question is as a shout out to the legislature, people who work in the legislature, making everything work there. So there is a little hamlet or settlement in British Columbia called Hansard, British Columbia. What riding is Hansard, British Columbia located in?
Oh, that's a good one.
So like that Hansard sounds like sort of Norse Norwegian, which I know was sort of like Desolation Sound, Regensburg, Central Coast. So like I'm either going to guess, and by you saying the word Hamlet, like either
Don't read anything into that. It's a small dot on the map. Let's just put it that way.
okay,
Maybe
but like
I'm not suggesting any,
unincorporated.
immigration settlement pattern by that.
I have so little to work on and so I'm just trying to
Okay.
sift this through. Even though you seem to be hinting that I'm barking up the wrong tree there.
I can tell you it is not in Metro Vancouver.
Yeah, no, not one of our 21 patchwork
Well, that
municipalities.
rules out 2/3 of the ridings. So
Yeah.
there we go.
Uh, I'm
Not-
I'm gonna say North Island. Mm,
Incorrect. Keith, you want to take a stab at it?
That was good reasoning by Justin. But I'm going to say further east. I'm going to go with one of the Kootenay ridings. What they've changed their names now. Kootenay
something?
Kootenay Central.
I can't believe you guys didn't know where Hansard, British Columbia was.
Well,
It is in the riding of Prince George Valemount. It's in the Upper Fraser near Sinclair Mills, Dewey, and Hutton.
oh yeah,
Okay.
Sinclair Mills. The funny thing
So-
about Hansard is when you try to speak to people, they insist on writing down everything you say, so it takes a long time.
Okay, don't worry. No, these questions won't be all as esoteric as that. Okay, back to Keith for a category.
Let's go with well, we haven't tried it, so let's try general elections and by-elections.
Okay, Geoff, over to you.
Okay, there's so many here that are so difficult. But I'm going to try number 4. How about this one? In 2024, the BC Conservatives had the biggest improvement in popular vote from one election to the next in our lifetime. Prior to that, which party had the biggest surge from one election to the next? This was within your scope of reporting, Keith. I guess I should have said that. Anyway, it's
Biggest
not
surge
the
in
entire
support?
history.
I mean that you're leaving it wide open for a cracker about how long that is.
We've already established you were
Well,
-1 and
So back to the McBride administration.
I'm going to go with the BC Liberals in 91.
Correct.
how much? You remember any idea how much they went?
Oh, they went from below 5% to more than 25.
Well, they went up 26.5%,
Okay.
from about 6.7 to about 33.
There you go. Okay.
Well, then we should pause here briefly about
Did you work on that campaign, Mike?
Yes, I certainly did with with my friend Christy, and we were out campaigning in Sunshine Coast for Mr. Gordon Wilson.
Right.
But I think we should pause to say that gain was under the leadership of Gordon Wilson, who then went on to leave the BC Liberals at the point of some sharp sticks and form a new party called the Progressive Democratic Alliance. I think that's what it was. He led that into the next election.
Yep.
And in between, he was a member of the NDP cabinet. So
Well, no, he was the NDP cabinet after the PDA.
after the PDA, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just-
So another
What portfolios did he
Speaking of
have?
party switchers,
He had a
another
different
fork crosser. Yeah. Okay.
he had a different public display of affection.
he
Okay, but
was
correct.
the Minister of Force.
He
One for
was.
Baldrey and
Forestry.
ferries. He did ferries too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Justin.
Let's do leaders and leadership conventions.
Okay, I have got a question here submitted by Adrian Dix. Adrian asks, name the incumbent premiers or opposition leaders who lost their own constituency seats in a general election since 1950.
I wonder why he would like that one.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 of them. If you get 5 of them, I'll give you a point.
Okay, can you say the premiers or leaders of the opposition?
Who lost their own constituency seats in a general election since 1950.
Well, so we got Christy Clark in 2013. We got Ujjal Dosanjh in 2001. We got Rita Johnson in 1991.
You got 3.
Yeah, now I have to think more. Since what year?
1950.
1950. Bennett won his I don't want his seat. Then we go,
Turbulent period.
yeah,
Oh,
turbulent
no
period.
clues.
Yeah.
Think
Shoot,
N-
those are
think NDP.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
That should be a half point now.
um, Carlton and
Uh,
wasn't play. All right,
Keith,
you're cutting me off.
Can I say
do you
it?
have an
Yeah.
answer? You have an
No,
extra
do
answer?
I see the floor. Keith can
Okay.
to take it from there.
Yeah, Keith.
Well, Dave Barrett.
Yeah.
Is there one more? Did Justin got 4?
There's 2 more actually.
2 more. Since 1950.
Earlier than Barrett.
You're in the
Yeah,
right
so-
vein. Just Keith, just keep mining it.
Was it Burger?
Yes.
Strachan.
Not
No,
Strachan, Tom
not
Berger,
quite.
and
Yeah.
the one that
Winch.
neither of you will get is because
Winch?
Adrian drafted the question, of course, is Boss Johnson.
Ah,
Boss
yes.
Johnson.
So
Oh, well, you said
1950.
51. Yeah.
51.
I'm going to give each of you guys a point for that one.
I'm going to insist on weighing in here briefly because the Berger Barrett one is interesting. Dave Strachan was given the underwhelming
Or Bob
compliment.
Strachan, was it?
Bob Strachan.
Bob Strachan.
Bob Strachan, yeah.
Dave
He
was his
got
brother.
the compliment from Wacky Bennett that he was the best opposition leader BC had ever had. He finally stepped down in the convention. Berger and Barrett both ran, but Berger won because the NDP wanted a business-like person who they thought would be good to run against the resurgent Socreds. And Berger was defeated, lost his own seat. That gave Barrett a chance to come in with his populist approach, and he won. Of course, against a split right wing at that point, because we still had a significant BC Liberal Party, a different
Which
one
is
from what
BC
came later.
Conservatives that split the vote in
And
that election.
Conservatives too, yeah.
Conservatives do.
A very interesting period of time.
Yeah.
And Barrett was
Okay.
the left-wing populist who then scared everybody.
So it's over to Keith for a category here.
I'm going to stick with leaders and leadership conventions.
Okay, Jeff, your question.
Okay, name the 2 former provincial leaders with bridges named after them in Metro Vancouver. This is a surprise. to me.
Question from Richard Zisman.
Yeah.
2 former premiers?
Provincial
No,
leaders.
provincial leaders. That's
Oh,
the trick.
provincial
It's not a
leaders.
premier. Yeah, you don't have to be a premier to get this one. Don't have to be a premier to get a bridge.
Provincial party leaders.
Have
Yeah.
bridges.
Very hard one.
Yeah.
Even, well, not as hard as the previous one, which was 12 names.
Oh, Patello.
Yeah.
Duff Patello, Liberal
Definitely.
Premier, 1933 to 1941.
The pressure's on, Keith, because I know the second one.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that a clue? Well, Alex Fraser was never a leader.
Correct. Yeah, he is not the answer to the question.
Um,
There's no leader named Second Narrows.
Or iron worker. Okay, you got to go into
was Granville ever a leader? I'm just wondering. Hang on here.
You can't ask then.
Okay, well, in the interest of
hang on
time
here.
here, we're throwing it to Justin for the second.
I'll say Granville.
Nope.
No. So most people don't really think of it as a bridge because it's just sort of like an extension of getting to the airport. But Arthur Liang,
Arthur Lang,
for BC Liberal
Right.
Party when it was in the wilderness.
1950s, Arthur Lang, that's
Very good.
right.
Very good.
And he went on to be a federal cabinet minister
Federal cabinet minister.
and senior BC cabinet minister, and they named a bridge after him. It's a federal bridge. The Arthur Lang Bridge is owned by the federal government. It's to this day. So they got to name the bridge after their friend.
the new naming policy will make it very
So-
difficult for any politician living or dead to get their name on a bridge. I'll suppose.
Yeah, the new Patello Bridge won't be called Patello.
No.
Okay, I'm giving Justin the point on that one because he got the hard part of the question.
Oh.
Okay, Justin, over to you for category.
Let's do.
Nobody's been into the library stacks yet, and
Yeah, let's do library. I mean, like floor. I too have a somewhat low opinion of floor crosser, so let's go to library stacks instead.
Okay. I don't know if I want to ask that one. That's kind of unfair. Well, we will. Let's do it because it's
Okay,
topical. So
let's
Mark
punish them.
Carney was in the news offering to subsidize Atlantic ferries, and Premier Eby is very cross with the Prime Minister over a lack of announcement for British Columbia. Premier Eby may want to go back to the 1871 Terms of Union, where where the Dominion of Canada promised to provide efficient mail service, including freight and passengers, to which two American cities, from Victoria to which two American cities was mail service, which including freight and passengers, promised to British Columbia from Victoria.
Uh, let's say San Francisco. Was that one of them?
That's one of them.
I'm
Wow.
thinking because of the gold rush, right? And the
Mhm.
original sort of from San Francisco to
You're
Victoria
using logic. That's a
linkages
special
there.
weapon, yeah.
And while you're thinking about the second one, I will
Yeah.
thank former legislative staffer Bill Hepburn for this question, who is a great student of BC history and also a talented voice artist, Bill Hepburn.
And then, this is because back then Seattle was not really a thing. But so I'm trying to think of another coastal, like port
Okay.
type place. So let's go with Astoria.
Close, but no cigar.
Very
Ah.
close, yeah.
Want to give it a shot, Keith?
Well, I'll go with Portland.
Well, I don't think it's actually on the coast, is it? Oh, I guess the river goes by it.
The river goes through there.
It's incorrect. It's Olympia.
Olympia. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
This stuff should be taught in civics classes.
we
It's
we
so
may
much-
not get a BC ferry subsidy, but perhaps we will get steam service from Victoria to Olympia if the EB government enforces the terms of union with Canada. But Justin, we're gonna give you a point for that because you got San Francisco.
At least a half point.
No,
Yeah, maybe a half point. That's good.
I haven't been doing halves, Mike. Just FYI.
Well, yeah, we'll put in the blender and see what happens in the end here. Okay, back to you, Keith. This is while you're doing that, I'm going to tally up.
Well, we haven't tried floor crossers and party switchers, so let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, over to you, Jeff. And I've got Justin in a slight lead here so far, folks.
Yeah, so this is a complicated category because there's a lot of crossover between federal and provincial. So maybe here's one that is contemporary but complicated. So, but it's not really floor crossers, library stacks. Sorry, where am I at here? Okay, who are the only two PDA candidates from the 1996 election to ultimately become an MLA? Now, Progressive Democratic Alliance, for those who missed that or who blinked during that period, was created after Gordon Wilson was thrown out of the BC Liberals, although he had been the leader. He created this new organization, and then they ran again in the next election in 96. So who were the only two PDA candidates who were successful in that election?
Well, not in that election, to ultimately become an MLA.
Become an MLA, okay.
To ultimately become an MLA.
In 96.
Well, they ran in
From
96.
96.
They
Yeah.
only ran in one election, right? The PDA was only in one election.
Yeah. And
But
they
of
later
all the-
became
Of all the people that ran in that election, who are the two people that became MLAs in the fullness of time?
Oh, that's a good
Well, you should know one of them
um
because they elected one person in that election.
well Wilson.
Yeah.
Gordon Wilson
Gordon Wilson.
Correct.
and I should know this. Why don't I know this?
There's
Justin,
very
do you have
few
a
people
guess?
do.
In fact, this person has run for 3 parties.
I'm stumbling here. I should know it. I'll let Justin take a crack.
No, it's I am.
We talked about this writing earlier, as a matter of fact.
Oh, we've talked about like stuff. So,
I'm going to put each of you out of your misery.
okay.
Sharon Hartwell,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Wow,
the
I did not
MLA
know
for
that.
Bulkley Valley
Because she's been
Stikine.
around forever. Yeah.
She ran. She was the mayor of Telqua. She ran
Yeah.
for the PDA in 1996.
I did not know that.
She lost.
Yeah.
She ran for the BC Liberals in 2013 and lost.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And then she was elected as a Conservative MLA last election, defeating Nathan Cullen.
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't know she ran for the PDA. That's pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. Stumped you guys.
One for McDonald.
One for me. Pop quiz from our sponsor this week, listeners. What is a deep energy retrofit? Well, it's more than just a renovation. A deep energy retrofit is a comprehensive upgrade to an existing building that significantly improves its energy performance. We're talking better insulation, tighter air sealing, and high-efficiency mechanical systems, all working together to cut energy use and emissions. Why does it matter? Because buildings are responsible for over 10% of BC's greenhouse gas emissions. Earlier this spring, FortisBC hit a big milestone, the completion of deep energy retrofit upgrades at Manor House, a 50-unit affordable rental building in North Vancouver, originally built in 1972. This project is part of a $50 million pilot program to find the best ways to cut energy use in older homes and multifamily buildings across BC, key to meeting BC's climate goals. The target? A 50% or greater reduction in whole building energy use. That means lower energy bills for building owners and keeping rent low for tenants. For buildings like Manor House, it also means helping keep rents affordable and ensuring residents live in a safe, healthy home that's built to last another 50 years or more. Hey FortisBC, how do I go about getting a deep energy retrofit at Hotel Pacifico? I mean, there's a lot of hot air. Anyways, FortisBC, energy for a better BC and a better podcast. Okay, I think it's Justin's category here.
Okay, let's go back to writings and representation.
Okay. Jeff, over to you.
Writings and representation. Sorry, folks, just scrolling here quickly to get to the huge list.
Like number one's a
okay,
good one there.
what riding is the only one to have elected a Green, a Conservative, a Liberal, and an NDPer? And I think we're talking provincially here, right?
This is Oak Bay Gordon Head.
Boom.
Correct.
Okay.
Easy.
Correct. That was a Richard Zisman question, right?
That was,
You guys must
we
have
had
been
that.
talking about it together. Or
I think
something.
he has excitedly talked about this in the past.
That was in our election Bible.
Oh, for the broadcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Oak Bay has a tradition of going with third parties. They elected Liberals for a long time in the 60s into the 70s. And actually, Conservatives into the 70s as leader of the Conservative Party, Scott Wallace. Leader of the Conservative Party, Vic Stevens.
Yeah.
Then Elizabeth Cull, Ida Chong, Andrew Weaver. So, quite a list.
Brian Smith.
The
Not to forget
tweetiness
Brian
makes
Smith. Socred, the Socred Brian Smith.
the tweetiness makes for interesting politics that doesn't break down behind party lines quite as easily.
Okay, well done, Justin. Back to you, Keith.
Let's go back to leaders and leadership conventions.
Okay. Name all three NDP leaders who became leader after losing their bid to win the leadership the first time they ran.
Okay.
So if you do not succeed the first time, try again.
John Horgan.
Correct.
They became leader after not being successful.
They lost the first time and they won the second time.
Dave Barrett.
Correct.
Skelly.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
Justin, do you have a
So
guess?
we're talking elected leaders, right?
Yeah, they got elected the second time. They lost the first time they ran.
Yeah. Is it Berger again?
It is.
Hey, he would have been really young then.
He challenged the leadership of Bob Strachan, and Strachan held him off and won the leadership convention. Strachan kept his own job, basically, and then Berger won the next time.
Berger was considered extremely rude by the party establishment for even putting his name forward. But it started the shakeup that led to the election of Barrett after several false starts.
I'll give you each a point.
I got two of them.
Yeah. Well, Berger's defeat is obscure, that's for sure.
Justin got the hard one.
All right, so back to Justin.
Let's do general elections and by-elections.
Okay. I want to do this one hear your answer to this one because there's some interesting color we can add afterwards, whatever your answer turns out to be. So, who was the leader of the BC Social Credit Party in the 1952 election? A name that I confess was lost to history as far as I was concerned.
Because it's not Bennett. It was this Alberta guy. Ernst something.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
I don't know. I think there's a point there, don't you, Mike?
I'll give you the full point unless Keith can come up with
No.
the last name.
I don't have it.
Okay. Well, we'll give Justin the point. That's pretty good. Ernst George Hansel.
Oh yeah.
Hansel.
Ernst was the one that stuck out in all the times that I've reread about the 52 and 53 election, and I guess it just stuck with me.
So the
What did
Alberta
he-
Social Credit were the dominant force in the social credit movement, and
Yeah.
Premier Manning appointed Hansel to lead the BC party in that election.
Yeah.
And a media report described him as a short, middle-aged man with a loud tie, a mouth that creased down at the corners, and a permanent 5 o'clock shadow. That was the Vancouver Sun reporting.
We don't
But
get that kind of color anymore.
And he was attacked by, once they realized that the Socreds were a real threat in the 52 election, the Conservatives and Liberals referred to them as the Headless Brigade from over the mountains. And the Socreds ended up winning the election. Kind of prevailing, ultimately, thanks to the different voting system we had at the
Yes.
time. They were behind on the
The
first
one-
count, but by the
second
third count, they were ahead by 19 to 18 over the CCF. CCF got totally screwed on it. If it was first past the post, the CCF would have formed government, 52.
Well, that was the whole point of this charade.
But the lieutenant governor was not convinced that the social credit should be invited to form government. And it took W.A.C. Bennett became elected by his caucus after the election, and he convinced the lieutenant governor to
Good.
invite him to form the government. So it wasn't clear for many weeks who was going to govern the province.
Great
In the
account of
meantime-
that in David Mitchell's book.
Yeah. That's a very good book. Yeah.
So full credit to Justin for Ernest.
And somehow it cooled the BC electorate on voting reform for another 2 generations or so.
Well, they did 53 like that again,
Yeah.
and then that was it. And then WAC said, "Forget it. We're going
Enough of
first
that.
past the post."
Yeah.
So once he consolidated his hold on everything, and 20 years later, it was a good decision. Okay, back to Keith.
Let's do floor crossers and party switchers.
Okay.
I think that's mine. Well, here we go, Keith. This should give you a chance to catch up a little bit here. Name 4 Abbotsford area MLAs that have left their party caucus in the last 35 years.
Van Dongen.
Yeah, John Van Dongen.
No, lots of hints I could give here. Something in the water in Abbotsford.
Jeff had something to do with one of them.
Left the party.
Uh-oh.
I spent too much time thinking about Abbotsford floor crossers. Maybe everyone else doesn't.
Yeah, it's not a top of mind for me.
2 were pretty recent.
Yeah. One was pretty important.
Oh, Plecus.
Oilers.
Yeah.
Darryl Plekas. Yeah.
Um,
Another one that was pretty important too.
This is leading the witness, Your Honor.
No, this is
Okay, Justin, I'll give you a crack for the final 2.
Well, I only know one, but Bruce Banman.
Bruce
Yeah.
Banman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Band, of course.
Yeah.
But there's one more in the last 35 years. One
Yeah,
more.
this one I'm struggling on. I gotta think it would be one of the ones, like if I had to guess, like a Fraser Valley Socred between 91 and 96 is a strong possibility. Surwa? No, he was the
Kelowna.
leader. He
Socred.
ran in
He was
96.
Kelowna.
Not
And he
Kelowna, yeah.
he was the last remaining Socred MLA.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Peter Duick.
It is Peter Duick.
It is Peter.
Wow.
Did he cross to?
He left his party caucus. He resigned as a Socred and sat as an independent.
Oh, he sat as an independent.
And he ultimately resigned his seat, opening up the Matsqui by-election
For Mike DeYoung.
for Mike DeYoung,
Most
defeating
important
Grace
by-election.
McCarthy.
Hmm.
So
So say if Grace had won, they might have
I'll
survived.
give you each a point on that one.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that both Plecas and Banman did move the needle more than floor crossers often do, because Plecas
Yeah.
made it possible for the Horgan government to establish a pretty stable minority. And Banman was the first wind in the sails of Rustad after they started the new
Right.
Conservative Party.
There's something in the water in Abbotsford.
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely.
And it's Abbotsford South, particularly. So I don't know. We're
Maverick
just
territory.
independent spirits out there.
Maverick territory.
Okay. Whose question was that? That was Keith.
was Keith's.
So
That was
go
my
to
question.
Justin.
So let's do let's have some fun for you guys again and do the library stacks.
Okay. Over to you,
Okay.
Jeff.
How many consecutive opposition leaders were BC Liberal MLAs? In other words, at some point in their life, they were a BC MLA,
Right.
but they were consecutive opposition.
So
It's amazing to think there've been 6
so you
BC
go
Liberal MLAs serving as official opposition leaders since
Oh.
they've left power.
So you go you go. Sorry, can you say the question again?
Okay. How many consecutive opposition
Can I just give
leaders
the answer?
were BC Liberal MLAs?
Yeah. So you go Wilson. You go Wilson, Campbell.
No,
Sorry.
consecutive.
Yeah. So one
Maybe I
after
didn't
the other,
phrase
the
this
BC
right.
Liberals.
Okay, let's name the last 6 opposition leaders who were BC Liberal MLAs.
Yeah.
So then we go in reverse where we go well at the time, yeah, so we go Falcon, we go Wilkinson, we go Clark, we go Campbell, we go Wilson, and then it's the question of who's the 6th, and that's why you're
missing a few between Keith, do you want to pick up any that BC Liberal MLAs, the last 6 that have been opposition leader?
Justin named.
He named
Wilkinson, Falcon.
He named Christy Clark, Andrew Wilkinson, and Kevin Falcon, but there's 3 others that he didn't name.
Well, Gordon Wilson.
No, that's not. He's not in the last 6.
Well, he's not the last 6.
There's 6 consecutive.
Who were opposition leaders?
Yeah.
Oh, Gordon Campbell.
No.
Or are we Shirley Bond?
Correct. Shirley
Yeah.
Bond.
Oh, so
That's
like
a good
interim.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is where I'm messing up because in between is when you would have the thing.
I said they were BC Liberal MLAs. I didn't say they were BC Liberal opposition leaders either.
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed they were opposition leaders.
Yeah, they were opposition leaders, but they weren't necessarily BC Liberal opposition leaders.
There's one outlier there in the list, but there's a couple you're missing.
Yeah.
Quite recent people too.
Yeah.
Instead of blaming my own mental faculties, I'm going to say the wording of this question is too cute for me and Keith.
Okay, I'll fill it in.
He
Rich
refused
Coleman.
to answer on the grounds.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Rich Coleman, and the current leader of the opposition was a BC Liberal MLA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Rustad. Okay.
John
Right.
Rustad. So, okay, bad question. I should get -1 as a quizmaster on that. We'll just
Alex Trebek would never have come up with that
Yeah.
one.
give half a point to Justin on that.
Super trivial fact.
Give
Rich
half a point.
Coleman's biography is done by Gordon Wilson's wife, Judy Tabji.
Huh?
Yeah.
X.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Thanks, Keith.
Okay. So back to Keith for category. We're getting to the short strokes here.
Leaders and leadership conventions. Always my favorite.
In this election, the federal Minister of Public Works resigned and left federal politics to lead his party to 0 seats. Which election? Which leader?
Which BC election?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he left federal politics.
Ran provincially as a leader and got nothing.
And then returned to federal politics after that.
Mm-hmm.
David Anderson?
No.
Justin.
This person was a big deal in federal politics.
Yeah.
It's not Ray Perot. John Reynolds.
Nope.
Nice
No.
try.
Bastard?
Nope. E. Davy Fulton.
Davy Fulton.
Oh,
Well,
1963. He
Rainmaker.
was a justice minister first in the Diefenbaker government, then public works. He was bilingual and ran for leadership twice for the conservative national leadership and did top 3 finishes. Some of his supporters included guys like Brian Mulroney and Joe Clark, who supported him, but he never quite made it to the top job. But in between the leadership runs, he came home to Kamloops to try to take on the Soak-Reds and lead the BC Conservatives to victory, and it fell flat.
He got wound up in a scandal that could not happen very easily in those days, might happen more easily today, which is that he was involved in a car accident. The police had pulled him over. Maybe there wasn't an accident. The police had pulled him over, and unfortunately for him, a famous CKNW news reporter, whose first name was George, and his last name George Garrett, happened to be there with his little tape recorder running in time to hear the minister say to the police officer, "Don't you know who I am?" And the minister was looking tired and distressed, and people drew the obvious conclusion. So
wasn't it at a counterattack roadblock?
Yeah, well, he might have been a judge by then.
George was
but
just
yeah.
out there doing a feature on counterattack.
yeah.
He,
So long before the days of iPhone cameras and stuff like that, you could still get into deep trouble.
yeah.
Similar thing happened to
Otherwise distinguished career.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got it. Our vote counting is very suspect and likely biased. Jeff, I have it at 9.5 to 8 for Justin right now. So Keith's-
well,
I mean, I'll take that.
I have it by a 2, so I have it like 10 to 8.
Justin
So
in the lead.
I marked it differently. Yeah,
So
but
I
just a
mean,
slight
if
edge
Keith
for
gets
Justin.
if Keith gets all the answers from the 1986 leadership convention for the Soak-Reds, it's a different deal.
I just did a 1.
Keith is on the ropes here. Let's face it. This could be
I
a
should
changing
have got mega points for the 86
could be
candidates.
changing of the guard. So I think we got one more question each here, and then we'll see where we land. So
Okay.
who was the who answered the last question? Was that one for Keith? Or was
Both, neither
That
got
was-
it.
I think
No
that
one
was
got
my
it.
question.
Okay, why don't we do it this way? The last 2 questions, whoever answers first
Okay.
gets the point.
That's big.
So we'll just pick a question here, Jeff, from anything. There was a by-election in Grand Forks
Good, yeah, that's
in
the one I was thinking.
1925. Why was there a by-election in Grand Forks Greenwood in 1925?
Because the candidate who was elected was killed in a train bombing.
Good
Correct.
grief.
Wow.
Doukhobors.
Yes.
Sons of Freedom.
That's
Correct.
right up there with Hansard.
Mackey. McKee.
Oh,
That is correct. John McKee. He was the, I believe, conservative MLA for Grand Forks Greenwood. He was on a train.
And he wasn't able to
With-
take his seat.
Happened to be on the same train as Peter Verrigan, the Doukhobor leader, who was allegedly targeted for assassination. An investigation never proved who was responsible. There have been many historical attempts to go back and figure it out. But unfortunately for Mr. McKee, he was on the same train, likely not targeted himself, just been in the wrong place in the wrong time. And
The reason I know that is because his name's on the plaque in the members' lobby and a little asterisk beside it. And I tell people that story when I show them around.
Okay, that's good. So
Okay.
Keith is within 1 point here.
Do you ever
So-
want to tour the
So
legislature?
Jeff, over to
Keith,
you
since you're
for
now- Okay, I got to do this to cheer up Mike here, but how many times did the BC Liberal Party win the popular vote under Gordon Campbell and Christy Clark?
5.
Eh,
incorrect.
Oh, no.
Keith?
6.
6.
Correct.
The
Yeah.
answer is correct.
We got a
Holy
tie.
smoke.
We got a tie.
Yeah,
Okay, we're gonna do a tiebreaker here.
dead heat.
Baldrey's made an amazing comeback here. What do you think, Jeff? What's a good one here?
Well, I wanted the explosion, and we got that. There was a
Got the
couple that I wanted
explosion
to get,
question?
yeah.
That's such a hard question. I should get double points for that.
Okay, I've got a good one here. Which current MLAs sought the leadership of a British Columbia political party?
Mike Farnworth.
Okay, you're going first. Okay.
Oh, I thought anybody could
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, go for it. There's 5.
Adrian Dix,
Yeah.
Mike Farnworth. Jump in, Justin. This is a sort
Yeah,
of
no, I'm
Whoever gets more, he's got 2. If you get 3, you'll get it.
They can be successful or unsuccessful. They just had to seek the leadership.
Yeah,
Gavin Dew.
Yeah.
correct.
Swords length
So
apart.
you can seek the leadership and win it.
David Eby.
David Eby.
Oh,
Mhm.
3.
And there's one more.
Well, Rustad.
Rustad.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
There
Yeah,
we
yeah,
go.
fine.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So
All
Keith,
right, Keith wins.
takes it. Keith, an overtime thriller,
That was a lot of fun.
takes it. We will
Basically a
share
tie.
the entire
Yeah.
list of questions with both you gentlemen so that you can
Yeah.
practice in the future and dazzle your guests with your knowledge of arcane,
Well, we both got
some would say irrelevant
pretty difficult
information.
questions.
Yeah. Very, very tough stuff.
There's some pretty obscure questions there. So well done,
So
Justin.
before we leave, as is our tradition in Hotel Pacifico, we like to adjourn to the minibar, and we would invite you gentlemen, if you didn't prepare you for this, but if you'd like to raise a glass or take a shot at anything in particular, now's your chance. Keith, anything you want to raise a glass to or take a shot?
I'm gonna raise my glass to the small but mighty Pacific dogwood flower that right now we're doing the search for BC's best symbol. We got
Okay.
over 300 submissions from across the province, and I thought the dogwood might be a little bit dated, might be a little bit yesterday's news, but it is being running the table right now. It is crushing the gold nugget and the Sweet 16. So the former logo of BC Ferries
Yeah.
and BC TV is going to make it to the quarterfinals
Wow.
to end this. And so, yeah, raising glass with my Mr. PG mug to the small but mighty provincial flower.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
that is a former emblem of BCTV, of which I was a member or employee of. So I applaud Justin that dogwood is.
When BC Liberals were complaining about the BCTV coverage in the 1990s, we referred to it as Baldrey Clark Television.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that.
Always have to mention Glenn Clark every episode. Keith, you have a raise a glass, take a shot?
Just to the ongoing fascination of BC politics, and I think your podcast is reflective of that. It's always interesting, and I even suggested to Mike Smith and NW that Adrian Dix and I go on BC Day and do some political trivia similar to this.
Well, I'll give you our full list so that you can stump
quiz
Adrian.
each other.
Yeah.
He'd be a formidable foe.
All right. Jeff?
Well, I'm going to raise a glass to an old friend of mine. I haven't seen him for a little while. His name is Bonnie Barcia, who's very active in the NDP in East Van, particularly in Kingsway. And he's started a new political institution over the last couple of years in that he hosts a birthday party for Premier David Eby in his backyard with lots of catered food, good music, and the Filipino community jams in there shoulder to shoulder to see him, Adrian Dix, Don Davies usually shows up, and numerous other MLAs. This year they were there was a lot of discussion about the Lapu Day tragedy, but very interesting political institution started by Bonnie Barcia, who I first met when we were both active in the BC government or in the Hospital Employees Union.
Excellent. And I will raise a glass to all the people that have stepped up to run for office to allow us to use them as trivia questions and answers for things such as this. And I'll mention a couple first that we didn't manage to get to today. I'll raise a glass to someone who I think is maybe underappreciated in BC history, and that's Frank Calder, who was the first First Nation MLA elected in 1949, served 26 out of 30 years in the legislature in the riding of Atlin, we talked about earlier, and it was the
Three different parties.
inspiration for the Calder case. And also put in a plug for the longest serving, continuously serving female cabinet minister in BC history, my friend Shirley Bond, which was another question we didn't get to. But lots of people that have really dedicated their lives to BC politics and made big contributions. And whether they're in a trivia question or not, raise our glass to you. Well, that's a wrap for Hotel Pacifico this week for this different and special episode. Look forward to Kate returning next week. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Justin, for joining us. And thank you, Richard Zussman, for helping me out with some of the questions, too, by the way. Thanks to our presenting sponsor, TELUS, and Fortis BC. See you next week. BC, you can never leave.